Hello guys, in this video tutorial we'll be discussing the part 3 of our pandas for data analysis series, and I'll quickly jump right into it so we don't take too much of our time. So let's open up our Jupyter notebook as usual, and then we'll import our data set, right? And this part 3 we are going to cover the correlation and visualization. So we covered correlation and data visualization. So data visualization, we deal with things like how to plot different kinds of graph, how to just have a better visual representation of your data. And yes, pandas has a plot module for handling plotting of graphs. So let us go to the desktop, which we have a pandas file saved. I'm just going to create a new file. Okay, so Python 3 inside, and don't worry, as usual and as always, I'm going to push this to the GitHub repo so you can download everything. So the first thing I need to do is import pandas. Okay, so I'm going to just import pandas as PD. Okay, and the next thing I want to import is I need this matplotlib. Okay, matplotlib. Now I need .pyplot. Okay, so pyplot is going to help us to actually show the plot. Of course, so matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So this plt is an alias just like pd, and you can use any alias you like, but you will mostly see plt being used. Okay, and then the next thing we want to do is actually read our csv file. So remember, I'm just going to say data frame for df, and then I'll read the csv file. So to read your csv file, you need to use pd.read underscore like this csv, and then you give it the csv location. Remember guys, I taught you how you can find the csv location, and it's very easy guys. So all I need to do is go into my users, and then I'll go to my user, and I'll go to my desktop where I save it. Okay, so this is the path where I save this data.csv file I'm going to be using for this tutorial. And then the next thing is I'm looking for this pandas, and I'm looking for data.csv. okay, so this is exactly what we want. Shift and enter. So shift and enter, and that runs this. Let us print this data frame right here. So if I do shift enter, you can see what the data frame is looking like, and we can also print data frame.info right here. Shift and enter, and you can see exactly that we have imported our csv file. Okay, now the goal of this tutorial is actually to show you the correlation. Okay, so the correlation method and what it does. So the correlation method is df.corr. so this corr is the correlation method, and then you just call it with df, and it's going to print this correlation. Now I'm going to take my time to just explain exactly what the correlation is all about. Okay, now the correlation is just telling you the relationship between different columns. Okay, the relationship between different columns in your data. So that is all the correlation is telling you. Now a correlation of 1, for example, duration to duration, has a correlation of 1, and a correlation of 1 to 1 is known as a perfect correlation. Okay, so when you have a correlation of 1 to 1, and of course we're having duration to duration, so this is the same column guys, that is why we're getting a perfect correlation. Okay, now on if you look at calories and duration here, so we have duration and calories, you see I have 0.9. this is a good correlation, and this means that whenever the duration goes up, the calories, okay, the calories will also increase. Okay, so, and of course, you know, this data, let me just give you a background. This data is actually from an exercise session. Okay, so whenever the duration of the person's exercise increases, the calories burnt will actually increase. That is what 0.9 is trying to say. And then you can also have minus 0. Okay, so if I had adibin, I had minus 0.9, that means as duration increases, calories will go down. Okay, that is what positive and negative means. Now, if you have a duration of like 0.00 between max plus and calories, this is not a good duration. This is a bad correlation. Sorry, this is a bad correlation, because that means there is no relationship between max plus and calories. So you can't really tell that anything is going on with the max pulse and calories. Okay, so if you look at calories and duration here, you see that you have the same value here, and you also have this same value right here. Okay, so that is exactly what this is all about. If you look at if you look at your max pulse and pulse right here, you have 0.78. This is also a good correlation. That means there's a relationship between max pulse and your pulse. Okay, so you can just see exactly what is going on with this correlation method. Okay, CORR. Okay, now let us now go into visualization. How can you plot graphs? So you can use the plot method in Pandas. So Pandas has a plot method that allows you to plot a graph. Okay, so let us use the plot method. I just have to reference the data frame which we created, and then I'll call the plot method. Okay, now after calling the plot method, I just have to do plt.show. Okay, so plt.show function will allow us to visualize this. Now if you're working in any other code editor like Visual Studio Code, in fact this is very important. Okay, so if I shift and enter, you will see the graph. So I've been able to plot this this graph, and you can see the labels here: duration, pulse, max pulse, and calories. So this is already giving us an idea of exactly what this data is looking like. So let us look at some other kinds of plots. So let's say I want to do a scatter plot, for instance. How can I do that in Pandas? So all I need to say is df.plot. Okay, and when I say df.plot, I need to tell it what kind of plot. So I'll say kind equals to what? Scatter plot. Okay, kind equals to scatter, and then I need to give it something else. I need to tell it what the x and the y axis should be. Okay, so whenever using the scatter plot, you need to tell it, okay, I want the x axis to be, let's say we're trying to plot calories and duration. Okay, so I want the x axis to be duration, right? And I want the y axis to be calories. So once you do this right now, so remember you have to do your plt.show so you don't get any errors or any warning. Okay, so once you do this and shift and enter, you're going to see the scatter plot, and right here you can see the relationship. Okay, so this is a better visual representation of your x. Okay, your x, your duration, this is your x, and then your y, your calories. Okay, so this is a better visual representation of exactly what is going on in the data set right there. Okay, and then one more thing, you can actually do like a histogram to just find to just plot specific columns. And how do we do that? We reference data frame, and instead of just the complete data, we can just call max pulse, for instance. Okay, so I can just call max pulse. Okay, that's max pulse, this is one of the columns, and then I would reference the plot right there. Now in the plot, I can easily just say what kind of plot do I want, and the kind of plot I want is HIST for histogram. So once you do this shift and enter, you'll see that I've been able to plot the max. Okay, I've been able to plot the max pause value for I've been able to plot the max pause value, and I've used histogram to plot that value. So you can do all sorts of visualization using pandas. These are just a few of them which I've shown you here, the correlation method, and then how you can visualize, and then from here you can actually create like a PDF document, and or just push this to, maybe if you're working with a team, a GitHub repo or something, and then you make sense of the data actually. So this is part 3 of the data analysis with pandas, and I thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. But guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, so to encourage us to keep making more of these videos for you guys. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.